Alright, so what I thought would be important is to see how I make this dough for the pizza recipe. So what I'm going to do right now is just get the yeast going. I'm putting in a tablespoon of sugar and a little bit more. I don't think you can put too much sugar in there. And I'm going to add the yeast. Now that's just going to sit there for a minute while we go over to the mashed potatoes and what's going to happen next. So what I do here is I have the mashed potatoes. I have the potatoes that are cooked, not mashed yet. And I'm going to add about a quarter cup of oats. And again, you'll remember I don't measure anything. Oh, that might be a half a cup. Okay, that's good. I'm going to put some milk. Oh, geez, I don't know, about a half cup. And about a quarter cup to about a quarter cup of olive oil. Remember, this is going in the dough recipe, so. All right, and then we're just going to mix it. The reason why I add the oats here is so that they do a little bit of softening before it goes into the dough. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more milk because a lot of the moisture for the dough is coming from the mashed potatoes. I'm gonna mix that up. And that's it. Now I'm going to add that to, right now all I have in here is flour, so what we're going to do now is to add a little bit of pancake mix. That's about a half a cup. I just use Aunt Jemima pancake mix or any pancake mix that you want as long as it's dry. Now we're going to add garlic powder. About a teaspoon. Italian seasoning. Right to the dry dough. I'm just going to put the rest of this in there, and I think it's about a teaspoon. And salt. Rob's got it on my hand. That's 1 teaspoon. I'm going to put about 3 teaspoons. This is actually going to be 2 pizza crusts and a loaf of bread. So that's what we got in there right now. I'm just going to mix that up just a little bit. Ooh. Boom. If you hear that chirping in the background, that's Scarlett. That's a parrot, eclectic parrot, that when she hears me talk, she has to talk to. Okay, so I mix flour up. Now what we're going to do is put the mashed potatoes right inside the flour mixture. Rob can talk too. Rob's my brother, and he's the one filming this for me. Okay, goes in the sink. And now, by now, the yeast should be starting to grow. So we're looking at the yeast, and actually it hasn't started growing yet. So we're just going to give that another couple of seconds. Yeah, it should have been warm enough. I'm just going to wait for a second. So while we're still waiting on that, I'm going to add some heat. Just want to stir that a bit. So basically, that's what I'm looking for. See those lumps coming up?
Yes.
That's the yeast starting to grow. And that's going to help my bread, I should say my dough, rise. So while we're still waiting for that, we're going to mix this up just a bit. You can see how the mashed potatoes just goes into the flour mixture. And what I like to call this is a fluid dough, because when you'll see in a minute here what the mashed potatoes really helps to keep the dough moist. All right, and we're gonna go now. So we got some live yeast going on. See that's coming up to the surface. We're dumping it in. And then I'm just gonna stir that up. So you want to make sure you get a
That
shot
smells good.
of
That
what's going
pizza
on
dough
there.
smelling good.
Yeah, well, the garlic helps and the Italian seasoning helps. I need more moisture. I'm gonna add milk. And Rob, I'm just gonna ask you to back up. I just want to get some water too.
Okay.
Too much milk. And now I'm just going to stir it. This dough does not need to be kneaded. There's a pun for it. It just needs to be stirred. I am going to use my hands in a moment to combine the ingredients better. I do want you to know that I've washed my hands completely. Most people that do cooking shows use gloves. I'm not opposed to using them, except I don't think I need them. I'm eating this, not anybody else. Maybe Rob will come over for a piece of pizza. And I think that's enough liquid. We'll see. I'm going to start to knead this or mix with my hands. My hands are going to get messy now. That's all right. I just want to combine this. You can see now the moisture. It's obvious that it's a very moist. And that's what I want. And that's the pizza dough right there. I'm not going to add any more flour at this time. When I start to make the pizza crust, I will have to add some flour, but it is messy, isn't it? How am I going to clean these hands, eh?
That smells good already, though.
Oh, well, thank you, Rob. I told him to say that. Yeah, it does smell good. Well, the garlic and the Italian seasoning and the salt and the pancake mix, it all adds. And the oats. Every ingredient is important, at least to me. And there it is. Now, off camera, I'm obviously going to do I'm going to add a little bit of flour so that I can get some of this stuff off my hands. But you get the idea. This is one of those doughs that is very fluid and sticky and fun. You can hit stop.
Okay. Now, well, I don't know where stop is.
The top button.
The top one that shows?
Go ahead, figure it out while I'm playing with the